Pavlov Shack is dead. Well, it's dying, and it will flatline soon. And it's a sad statement, I know, especially coming from someone who loves Pavlov Shack. It's an incredible first-person shooter with great gun mechanics, scenery, and a pretty awesome community. However, that community is getting smaller by the day, and there's one thing the developer can do that could probably change that around. Let me explain. You see, when you first log in to Pavlov Shack, it's very simple, very user-friendly. You can choose between play online or training and play solo, some settings. But the second you click play online, that's where the simplicity ends. I fully understand the desire as a developer to give their players the ability to choose whichever map they want, whichever game style they want. However, that simple move makes your user base drop tremendously. And this is why. If you take a game such as Call of Duty and you click play online, you're going to join a queue where you're just waiting for enough players to create a match of a random map. Now that makes a simplicity of clicking one button and you're playing. Well, Pavlov Shack is not like that. You have to search through hundreds of different servers, and yes, you can filter them a little here and there, but you're trying to find a server that A, has players on it, B, is not full, C, is a map you actually like, and D, a game you actually like playing. Now, for somebody like me that's an avid Pavlov Shack player and understands exactly what I'm getting into, this seems to be fine for now. However, if you're a new player or new to VR, going into this setup, so to speak, is very confusing and overwhelming to say the least. I myself cannot tell you how many times I have logged into Pavlov Shack, tried to find a match, spent 15-20 minutes aggravated just to click off and go play a different VR game. So a simple fix to this would be to allow players like myself who just want to get in on a deathmatch, just want to get in on a map and get down to the gameplay. This needs to be changed. I don't see it being changed. I don't see any kind of differences. I only see the maps getting smaller, the community getting smaller, and eventually Pavlov Shack will fade into the background. But this one simple fix, I think, could save the game to make it simple to log in, join a queue, join a match, get fighting. But unfortunately, it's just not that way. And just a little side note here at the end, I also believe that Pavlov Shack needs to go back to being free. I understand the developers need to make money, but we've all seen the shift towards microtransactions in video games. And I was a Pavlov Shack player when they were back in beta and it was free to download. There was a much bigger community, there was much more active maps, and then the second the price tag went on and I myself had to purchase it as well, I just saw it drop and it never recovered. This is Elridge VR signing out. If this is your first video, make sure you subscribe, like, set those notifications, and we'll see you next time.